be seated. Friends and family, welcome. My name is Rebecca James. I'm a life cycle celebrant certified to perform legal weddings in the state of Illinois. I have had the pleasure of working with Cliff and Morgan to create this ceremony, and I am honored to be officiating their wedding. On behalf of the bride and groom, I extend a heartfelt thanks to all of you for gathering today in support of this couple in this unprecedented time. They are truly honored. As we know, during all of human history, hardships have befallen humankind. Through every event, one thing endures, one thing never changes, one thing rises above all things. It keeps us whole and hopeful and heartened, and that is love. Love truly and always wins the day. Love is never canceled. So today we gather around this bride and groom, hearts full, minds easy, open, supportive, and privileged to share in one of their happiest moments. Throughout the years, these two beautiful people, single people, have learned to share one love. Today, we'll be with them as they become a beautiful married couple, ready to share one life. We couldn't be happier for them. Morgan and Cliff, welcome to your wedding. Well, all great love stories begin at the beginning, when something happens, which makes something else happen, which ends up just working out. This beginning was in college, Purdue University, home of the Boilermakers, home to inventors and innovators in business, technology, medicine, and health, and home to the purely accidental meeting of Morgan and Cliff. While it is possible there are no accidents, this particular meeting occurred because Cliff added an elective to his schedule that had absolutely nothing to do with his major. The class? Medieval philosophy. In that class was a girl named Dusty, a new acquaintance who Cliff happened to see at a get-to-know-your-neighbor's dorm party on campus. Dusty happened to be standing with her best friend, Morgan. Spotting them, Cliff, in Morgan's words, came over extremely hesitantly and awkwardly to say hi. Any discomfort quickly vanished, and the two began hanging out more, and realizing just how easy it was to hang out. No painful silences or worrying about saying the wrong thing. Here was familiarity. Each felt an ease of being they hadn't before. So this was a seemingly random order of events, which went medieval philosophy, dorm party, Dusty, Morgan. At first, Morgan was not sure if this would be friendship or romance, but one thing she knew: each day she could not wait to see Cliff. Talking with him, there was always a laugh and never a lull. Over the next 3 months, the two built a solid friendship. Neither remembers a first date per se, just the slow acknowledgement that this was now more than it was before, and now romantic. But all great love stories have some obstacle that blocks the way of love's due course. In this one, it was graduation. It felt like our relationship had an expiration date at first, Cliff said, knowing as a senior he would leave Purdue and Morgan to finish 3 more years. The two had no contact for 2 months after Cliff graduated. Morgan was home in Goshen, Indiana, missing the ease of their friendship and the singular feeling of being with someone who really gets you. In late summer, Cliff contacted Morgan, and guess what? She drove to Palatine, Illinois to visit him. Soon after, Morgan invited Cliff to her house, and guess what? He met the parents. Later, Mom and Dad said they'd never seen Morgan so happy, and Morgan beamed because she knew it was true. The two decided it was time to date long distance. If you've ever dated someone far away, you know it's not easy sustaining the level of fun and commitment and familiarity that blossoms into deeper feelings over time. One has to be mindful of the other person, out of sight but very much in mind, and work to stay in contact, sharing daily ups and downs and highs and lows. This long-distance love could have inspired the line from poet E.E. Cummings, "I carry your heart with me. I carry it in my heart." Morgan and Cliff carried each other's hearts and their relationship for 3 whole years while living apart. There is no denying a love that ignores the odometer, the hours on the road, and the number of trips made each year. In the end, the long ride was worth it. The miles and the hours and the years were all very worth it. I asked Cliff and Morgan when they knew they were in love, when it was clear the other was the one. Cliff replied, "I don't remember exactly when I fell in love, just that one day I knew. Nothing so pure need be complicated." Morgan's reply came in the form of a story, a seemingly random order of events, which went argument, needle, stitches, love. Cliff and Morgan had been in an argument. After Morgan stepped away to take a breath, Cliff accidentally cut his finger while preparing dinner. Due to the pain and anger of hurting himself, Cliff started swearing and smashing things. Morgan, thinking he was continuing the fight, came storming back in more angry than ever. Her anger quickly changed to concern when she saw blood everywhere. Eyeing the cut, she realized stitches would probably be required and rushed him to urgent care. There, the nurse prepared to administer a tetanus shot. Cliff vehemently disagreed. "I'm up to date on shots," he said, knowing that shots require needles and needles trigger phobia. But a shot would be needed to numb the finger for stitches. The needle came out, the phobia took hold, and Morgan swooped to Cliff's side. In her words, it was at this point, even though we had been fighting and I was so angry, I knew I was going to marry him, because I wanted nothing more in that moment than to take his pain away. Argument, needle, stitches, love. And next, proposal. So Cliff had planned a mystery trip. By many standards, a mystery trip would be a perfect opportunity for a proposal, particularly a trip to Amsterdam and Paris. Can't you just imagine a romantic stroll in Vaudoul Park, across undulating lawns and through picturesque treescapes, or an evening under the Eiffel Tower, the light show bursting brilliant colors into the sky, culminating with Cliff on one knee, holding a ring out to the lovely Morgan of his dreams. The stuff of novels. But instead, I will let Morgan's description take you to the exact time and place. In her words, Cliff proposed at our house on the top of the stairs. Now, Cliff is a man of careful, deliberate decision-making. This was a well-thought-out plan. Cliff's vision was no doubt to disembark an international flight arm in arm with his already fiancée into old romantic Europe. The timing also gave them a chance to make necessary ring adjustments so Morgan could wear her perfectly fitted engagement ring on the trip. And it's worth mentioning that prior to all of this, Cliff had shown the ring to Morgan's parents, respectfully sharing his intention to marry their daughter, and adding, "I know, it's been forever." So, the night of the proposal, the two had just returned from having good tacos and ice cream when Morgan plopped onto the couch to watch a new Michael Jackson documentary. Cliff was not real excited about this, as he had other things on his mind. Morgan couldn't put her finger on it. Cliff just seemed fidgety, ill at ease, almost uncomfortable. When the show ended, Morgan finally said, "Cliff, what is it? Just spit it out." This made Cliff giggle, and he did try, but no words came at that moment. So Morgan headed upstairs to get ready for bed. Cliff quickly trailed behind, and in his words, I started blurting out some half-prepared speech that was supposed to lead up to "Will you marry me?" I stood half on the stairs, slipping a bit in the dark hallway, while Morgan stood in the bedroom door. Morgan recalls, once Cliff got to the top of the stairs, he started talking about how great our life has been and how he can't wait to spend the rest of our future together. Then he asked me to marry him. Cliff says, "She didn't quite hear me, nor did she think I was being serious at first." Morgan says his words didn't quite register. "I was caught off guard, not expecting this before the trip," she said. "I thought he might be joking." I said, "Really?" But then I got more and more excited and kept saying, "Really? Really? Really?" over and over, each time in a slightly higher pitch. Finally, she answered, "Yes, really." The two became engaged right inside the home they shared at the top of the stairs just before embarking on the mystery trip of a lifetime. More proof that no matter where you go, there really is no place like home. In the brief time I have known Morgan and Cliff, they have each shared stories of their love and their life together. As the two move into marriage, I'd like them to hear just how much each is loved by the other. Cliff, Morgan says she loves so many things about you, she could barely list them all. Here are a few. In her words, "I love Cliff's humor and how he can always make me laugh no matter what. I love his personality, the way he laughs through his nose. I love his cooking. I love that he encourages me to try new things, but also understands my boundaries. I love how hardworking and responsible he is. I love how passionate he is for something he really believes in. I love that he does whatever he can to make me feel better when I feel sick or stressed or depressed. I love the way I feel when I'm with him, like I'm the most important thing and he would never let anything bad happen." Morgan, Cliff loves your Morganness. In his words, "I love the way Morgan interacts with and views the world. I love that she is a caring person and has so much empathy for others. I love her discipline and sense of responsibility. She's beautiful, intelligent, passionate. I believe Morgan sees my intentions and understands, for the most part, why I do some of the seemingly crazy, random things that I do. That is also something that I love, the feeling that she understands me." Remembering when he met you, Morgan, Cliff said, "Morgan was light. She was the sun and helped me feel like me again. And then I felt like more. I'm happy every time I see her. Her smile is still that light in my life." Building a vision for their life as a married couple, Cliff and Morgan each acknowledge the role their parents have played in their lives and affected their view of marriage. In each of their parents' marriages, they see healthy, honest, resilient relationships that have grown stronger over time. They are so grateful for this influence. The bride and groom offer heartfelt thanks to Mark and Julie Hauer and Rich and Tina Huss. They say, "Thank you for being great parents who throughout our entire lives have been supportive and present." I'm gonna cry. In a moment, the bride and groom will conduct the tree planting ritual they have chosen for this day. As these two were contemplating the art of building a home and a future together, they visited the Chicago Botanical Gardens, and an exhibit of bonsai trees caught their attention. They were fascinated with the age of these small trees and the visual artistry that results from their care. They've decided this would be a meaningful endeavor to care for and help grow their own bonsai tree together, beginning today. The bride and groom have chosen this special tree they will cultivate throughout their marriage. It's interesting to note that the bonsai trees are not a dwarf tree nor a special species. Any variety of tree with branches may be potted to create a bonsai. They have chosen a Japanese weeping cherry, which will be nurtured to grow in a specific way into a thing of beauty, weeping only tears of joy, I presume. This is also a fitting symbol for marriage with meaningful parallels. Morgan and Cliff, to successfully grow a bonsai, its caretakers must pay careful attention to its needs. Diligently water, but not overwater, the tender plant. Know how and when to prune the weaker branches, sow very carefully, for this is key to ensuring new growth. Its soil must contain just the right nourishment, perfectly balanced. Now and again, the tree will require refitting into a new pot, a home most suitable for its growth and health and longevity. How like marriage this is: attention, nourishment, growth, longevity. Morgan and Cliff, as you contemplate these parallels, please move to the planting table.
In the morning, when I wake up, you were right here, right beside me, and the sun shines through the window, watching you glow, right beside me. It's one of the few things I can count on, one of the few things I can trust. It's one of the few things I can count on, one of the few things I can trust. Wash the dishes, make some coffee, hear you singing right beside me, feel the world stop and remind me you are my home, all that I need. You're one of the few things I can count on.
Friends and family, this couple has shared moments from their past, planted seeds they will grow in the future, and now, in this moment, stand before you, ready to enter into marriage. I now ask the bride and groom to state publicly their intentions to marry. Please take each other's hands. Do you, Cliff, rewind. Morgan, do you choose Cliff as the man with whom you will share your life in marriage, share your laughter and your tears in times of conflict and tranquility? Do you choose Cliff loving all you know of him and trusting what you do not yet know, in a spirit of humility and with a heart of gratitude for the precious gift you will be given? If so, please respond, I do.
I do.
Cliff, do you choose Morgan as the woman with whom you will share your life in marriage, share your laughter and your tears in times of conflict and tranquility? Do you choose Morgan, loving all you know of her and trusting what you do not yet know, in a spirit of humility and with a heart of gratitude for the precious gift you will be given? If so, please respond, I do.
I do.
Now please recite your marriage vows to one another. Right up and step up a little bit.
Yeah.
Cliff. While we always joke that my luck is not the best, today and since the day I've met you, I have felt like the luckiest person alive. While I could spend this time making promises that I will keep in our marriage, like loving you unconditionally, being your rock, supporting you through tough times, and watching movies I think are terrible, but you really want to see.
We're going to watch those.
I want to be clear. I don't see these as promises, but privileges. I am fortunate enough to get to love you the rest of my life. I am grateful to be your rock and support you. And I am thankful to be part of your hobbies. Stop that.
Sorry. I'll tell you later.
I may get us caught in parades when we're in a rush, or it may rain when we plan to spend the day outside, or we may have a global pandemic on the year of our wedding. But it's just more time that I get with you and more laughs we get to share. So at the end of the day, I am lucky. I can't wait to continue and grow these privileges and be lucky with you for the rest of my life.
The thing. Does this turn? Oh no. Oh no. Okay. I'm not going to start it with Morgan, you make me sick. Morgan, I first want to say plainly that I love you. And I'm sure of that as I can be after almost 10 years. Being together has made me want to be better, kinder, and in general, get myself moving and take action, which for me is a lot. Oh no. All right. All right. Marriage is a partnership, but more than that, it's finding one's complement in another's soul. This is why it's funny. We are each other's rock. Apparently we're rocks. All right. Be it when we reach high up, taking risks and leaning on each other, or when we need to retreat into each other's arms for safety during some storm. But storms pass, and throughout our time together, we've proven that we can be there for one another, and that we can keep pressing forward, finding some path to call our own. I would say that I can't wait to forge this path with you, but we've kind of already been going down it already. From here, be it gliding effortlessly or likely stumbling through, I'll be happy as long as you're there, and so long as you're happy with me. Thank you for sticking around and loving me the way you do. That's it. That's all I got.
Oh, love it. Good job, you guys. Okay. Woo, windy. Wow. Doo-doo. Cliff, may we have the rings?
I have those. I think this is yours. Wait, no.
That's his, right?
Yeah. Took a second. I think this would look good on my finger.
So you may take his hand, his left hand.
Left hand?
Yeah. Morgan, before placing the ring on Cliff's finger, please repeat after me. Cliff, may this ring forever be
Cliff, may this ring forever be
the symbol of my love and commitment.
the symbol of my love and commitment,
my everlasting friendship,
my everlasting friendship,
and the promise of all my tomorrows.
and the promise of all my tomorrows.
With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
All right.
Cliff, before placing the ring on Morgan's finger, please repeat after me. Sorry. Something happened here. Okay. Morgan, may this ring forever be
Morgan, may this ring forever be
the symbol of my love and commitment,
the symbol of my love and commitment,
my everlasting friendship,
my everlasting friendship,
and the promise of all my tomorrows.
the promise of all my tomorrows.
With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed. There we go.
Beautiful. Friends and family, Morgan and Cliff have invited you, their closest community, to witness their union. And now it's your turn. I ask all of you gathered, do you offer your blessings, love, and support to Morgan and Cliff from today throughout their long and happy marriage, whatever may come? If so, please respond with a loud and hearty, "We do." We do. Morgan and Cliff, may your love, commitment, and laughter, your joy and ease together, your quiet certainty in one another, carry you through the years and miles and into a lifetime of happiness. I am as proud as I can be to say, by the power vested in me by the state of Illinois, and most importantly by the two of you, I now pronounce you the newly married Mr. and Mrs. Cliff and Morgan Huss. Please enjoy your first kiss as a married couple.
Is that how long we're going to kiss?